Hello, I'm Colin Corder, and I will be presenting on the Fortune 500 company Apple. To spice things up a bit, I will be showing a video that will get you as an audience excited about Apple because it is showing one of their newest products and how capable it is to do certain features that no other device can do.
You are my best friend and we've got some things to do.
Yo, you wanna meet me on the floor?
Yeah,
Yo, you wanna meet me in the lounge?
yeah,
Yo, you wanna meet me in the club?
yeah,
Yo, you wanna meet me downtown?
okay. Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend and we've got some things to do. Okay.
Now for a little history about Apple. Apple is a multinational technology company. They design, develop, and sell consumer electronics, consumer software, and online services. Apple is headquartered in Cupertino, California. It was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. And in April of 1976, they developed and sold the first Wozniak Apple I personal computer. It was incorporated as Apple Computer Inc. in 1977, and sales of its computers, including the Apple II, saw significant momentum and revenue growth for the company. Within a few years, Jobs and Wozniak had hired a staff of computer designers and had a production line. Apple went public in 1980 to instant financial success. Some background about Apple is that they are number 3 on the Fortune 500 list. They have been named the most profitable company for the third year in a row. Apple is included in the technology industry and is one of the industry leaders. Something that sets Apple apart from almost every company is the fact that they are a cash cow. Apple has over $250 billion in cash, which allows them to constantly innovate new products and buy services to stay ahead of the marketplace. Apple is most known for products such as the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. In terms of Porter's competitive forces and strategies, Apple does 5 different things. The way that Apple counters the rivalry of competitors within the technology industry is by constantly making products that outshine the competition with quality and user friendliness. Historically, Apple hasn't been the first to make something, but they always take the competition's new innovation and change it their way to make the product that beats the competition. Number 2, the good thing about the industry that Apple is in is that it would be very hard for a new startup technology company to make a product that could compete with that of the iPhone, MacBook, or iPad. Because of this, Apple doesn't have to stress about new entrants entering in the marketplace. To keep this threat to a minimal, Apple must keep producing the new and improved products year after year. Third, substitute products are one of the main competitors for Apple. Products like the Samsung Galaxy and the Google Pixel are great examples of the substitute products that compete with Apple. The way Apple is able to overcome this competition is by making their product the most user-friendly and overall more advanced. These substitute products usually have only one aspect of their product better than the iPhone. There has yet to be a better mobile device that is overall better than the iPhone. 4. Apple hasn't had major problems in terms of their price points. There has always been a couple times where customers were upset with iPad prices. Apple solved this by releasing a cheaper iPad mini and releasing iPads at a lower price point. In terms of the iPhone and MacBooks, Apple has been able to price them at a substantial price year after year and still have an abundant amount of sales. Lastly, because Apple is such a big part in a lot of economics, most suppliers would not risk bargaining due to the potential loss of business from Apple. For Apple to stay in this prestigious place, they must maintain their cash flow and keep creating products that lead the industry to keep their name. Apple's business strategy is that of the following: to bring the best user experience to its customers through innovative hardware, software, peripherals, and services. This makes it so that customers of Apple are able to have a superior ease of use compared to the competition. This allows them to constantly innovate new products to stay ahead of the industry. Expanding the distribution network will allow them to reach more customers to provide them with high quality sales and post sales support experience. If you have ever used an iPhone versus an Android, you would know that the accessibility and the ease of use is much better on the Apple device. In addition, the Apple Care services are way better compared to anything of the Android or Google Pixel. Apple's enterprise business system starts with one's Apple Care experience. In the Apple Care experience, it starts with the account manager. They will then help you review your IT infrastructure, track issues that may be occurring, and provide monthly activity reports for your support calls and repairs. The thing that sets Apple apart in their enterprise business system is that because they make their own hardware, operating system, and many applications for every Apple product, AppleCare is able to deliver integrated support and service that isn't found anywhere else. Apple uses social media effectively because they make their products the easiest to use and collaborate on different social media platforms. In other words, one will have a better social media experience on an Apple rather than any other device. When using Snapchat on the Apple device, it is seamless to communicate, where Android users find their application lagging and very pixelated. Something on Snapchat called the Story, where you can post things you're doing throughout the day. On an Android, most of their stories are blurry. However, on the Apple, it is very clear and almost in high definition. In terms of Instagram, Apple has endless amounts of applications on the App Store that are directly compatible with Instagram and allow one to have the best profile available when it comes to editing photos or videos. Other users don't have access to the different applications that Apple users do. These applications include editing photos, editing movies, or anything in between. Finally, on Twitter, their experience is completely different when using an Apple device versus Samsung device. There are many different emojis and different processes within Twitter that only Apple devices can see and have access to. If you were to have an Android device and go on Twitter, you wouldn't see nearly as many things that Apple users do. Now, here's an example of how Apple device is the best device to use when using social media. This video is a Snapchat commercial that uses no other than an Apple iPhone to show how easy and fun it is to use their social media platform.
Oh, so cute.
So how was your trip?
It's amazing.
Do you guys want to see it?
Absolutely.
Here you go. Oh, babe, do you remember when?
Oh, hey.
Now, Apple's organizational structure. Apple's organizational structure has adopted the Advocacy because it is the only structure that is suited to solving their complex problems and can match their sophisticated, innovative culture. The key phrase in Apple's culture is that it is bigger than you, which means the customers come first and the company comes second. By the company, they mean innovative ideas. There are 5 things they live by is their culture is top-notch excellence, creativity, innovation, secrecy, and moderate competitiveness. In conclusion, I hope you all enjoyed my presentation. I had a lot of fun talking to you about Apple. I hope you get a new perspective, and I just wanted to leave you guys with a couple of words of wisdom. For Apple to stay ahead of the industry, they must innovate, innovate, innovate. In order for Apple to sustain and grow their competitive advantage, they must keep releasing excellent products that are unmatched by the competition so they're able to stay ahead of the marketplace. Also, Apple must keep their compatibility with the social media platform so that people want to use their Apple products strictly when perfecting their social media profiles. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoyed it.